I'm live now. Are you there? I'm here. Anybody else there? I showed up. I showed up. Anybody else show up? I know where dog is. He's not here.
I'm not here.
Yep.
Okay, we got that established.
Yep. That's established. You're not here. But I am. And it looks like a couple of folks are out there. One of them you? Are you here? Are you there? Where are you?
I'm here.
Are you?
I was at Pilgor's, but now I'm here.
Oh, there you are. You're not here. Yeah. So it's that happy time. Rapidly approaching 4:20.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to give me a sandwich.
No, I'm not giving you a sandwich.
You
Why
said
would I
it was
give you a
that
sandwich?
happy time.
Huh? Did you go away?
No.
Oh, because it says 0 up here.
Oh, I wouldn't even worry about that. So
I just
was
was wondering.
Maybe 10 people watching. That'll say 2.
Really? Oh, I didn't know.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Like even my phone, it says 0, but I'm looking right at you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So anyway, are we there yet? No, 4:19. But I can get ready, huh? I can get ready anytime I want. So I'm going to get ready. Because here I come.
Ready or not, I'm not here.
I'm not here either. Both of us are not here. But however it goes, happy
birthday to you.
Happy what's that I usually say when it gets to be that time? I say happy
graduation.
No, I don't say happy 420. That's what I say.
Oh, 420. Oh my God. Why didn't you just say so?
Happy 420, everybody.
I was guessing all those crazy things.
Yeah, it wasn't any of those crazy things. It's this crazy thing. So happy 420. And I'm on the wrong page. There. Wave that around for a while. Why? First hit today.
Oh, that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah, it is. It is my first hit today of this stuff. But not necessarily my first hit today of stuff. So, on with the glasses. Okay. I got pretty stoned on whatever we were smoking.
Your eyes are broke. That was the Chernobyl one.
Oh, yeah. Well, it works. So, we got
Tommy, Selena.
Welcome aboard. We got this this big deal election runoff going on in Georgia. And it means a lot. Because, Buds, welcome aboard. This Georgia election means a lot. Because it would mean that there'd be equal number of senators in the Senate, in the U.S. Senate. And then that would mean the deciding vote would go to the vice president which would be, of course, Kamala Harris.
She's evil.
Oh, she's not evil.
Yeah,
It's only slightly evil.
only slightly evil. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So the Republican candidate in one of these senatorial districts, David Perdue, is in quarantine right now because one of his campaign workers tested positive for the virus. Now he's tested negative, but he can't go out and campaign right now, maskless, of course. So he's going to have to sit at home and sit idly by while his opponent goes out and knocks on doors and shit. But over 3 million people have already voted in this election, which is a record for a runoff election in that state. So, and over 2 million of those people have been walk-up votes, not mail-ins. So it should be pretty interesting what goes on there, you know.
And that's Georgia?
And yeah, that's in Georgia. Now, Trump's been tweeting again, you know.
Why?
Like a bird.
God,
you know?
somebody take his phone away.
Please.
Who gave that man his phone back? What the fuck?
I don't know. But he said that since the presidential election was illegal and invalid, that this runoff election is also illegal and invalid. And many Republicans think he's trying to sabotage this thing. Kind of like, you know, you guys aren't supporting me. I'll show you what happens if I'm not around. So this isn't good, you know, for the Republicans, of course. You know, of course, Pence is going around. He's doing his best for these guys. He's out there campaigning for them, you know. And they're thinking maybe Trump's starting to think like his buddies, attorneys Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood, because they said that the people in Georgia ought to boycott the election in Georgia unless the presidential election is overturned. Okay. You know, they want Pence to take care of that on the 6th. When he goes before Congress, he wants Congress to overturn it, or they expect Pence. They think Pence has the power to do it himself. The trouble is that the runoff election is on the 5th, and the Pence thing before Congress is on the 6th. So if they boycott the election on the 5th, they for sure lose control of the Senate under Biden. And of course, there's nothing Pence can do. He's just overseeing the congressional procedure on the 6th. And there isn't enough evidence, just like there wasn't enough evidence to change the election results on election day, nor was there enough evidence to change the electoral vote. There isn't enough evidence, even if some of the congressmen or the senators dispute this election on the 6th, there isn't enough evidence to overturn it then either. Okay. Nor are there enough people in favor of doing so. All right. So nothing's going to change on the 6th. And the Republicans Donald Trump might be jeopardizing the future of the Republicans in Congress. And wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? You know,
It's a giant
if that were
fucking
to occur.
circus. Just a circus.
It is a circus. It's always been a circus. Politics is a circus in and of itself. So, of course, this guy Lynn Wood, he's not exactly your average Republican. He kind of leans towards the QAnon thing. Okay, he thinks Pence is a traitor and will soon be executed. Okay.
What?
Yeah, he also thinks that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive.
He
And
is.
that,
He's with him and Elvis are in, hiding together.
And he thinks that Chief Justice John Roberts is a murderous pedophile
What?
cultist. Yeah,
Where the hell is this coming from?
out of his mouth. Okay, so these are Trump's buddies.
Wow.
Yeah,
With friends like that.
yeah. I guess when you're a loon, you kind of hang out with other loons. Birds of a feather and all that, right?
That's just insane. No matter how you
Well,
look at it, that's insane.
That's what I said. Birds of a feather. Crazies all flock together, right?
Oh my God.
So, all them loony people hang out together. He hung out with Epstein too,
Hey, Katie, much love, hugs.
So, Katie, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming. Pleasure to have you here. We were just talking about the Georgia election and how Trump is sabotaging it and hanging out with crazy QAnon people. So
I don't understand those QAnon people. Do they like...
You're not supposed to understand them. They're just nuts.
Okay, oh, wow. What's that group Tom Cruise is part of?
Oh, you mean the Scientologists?
Okay, now, Scientologists, they're spirits of aliens.
Keep this lit.
Okay, we know this. So who the fuck are the QAnon?
They're a bunch of conspiracy theorists.
Okay, so Scientology are alien spirits, and QAnon are fat, sweaty guys in a basement.
Scientology is a religion. That's how they get away with being tax exempt.
Oh my God. Hey, all right, Katie. Hey, Sean's in the house.
Excuse me.
What's up, Sean?
Sean, welcome aboard.
I saw you guys yesterday on Shepherd's chatting. Breakfast. They do a lot of breakfast chats at Shepherd's.
Oh, yeah?
Early morning chats.
Oh.
Sean and his hat.
So the
Flat earthers.
So the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, that was vetoed by Trump, his veto was overturned. The first veto by Trump that was overturned by this Senate.
Really?
In all the time he's been in office. Yeah.
And what law was that concerning, or what were they trying to pass?
It's the $740.5 billion defense budget. And the reason he wouldn't sign it is because that's the one that changes the name of Confederate forts. Okay. And it also doesn't give him the power to to regulate the troop withdrawals in Afghanistan and Germany like he wanted to do.
Isn't this woke
And it also
bullshit?
it doesn't take away the powers of social media to control his content.
Doesn't this woke social bullshit get old, man? We're renaming military bases because they're named after Confederate generals.
Yeah, well,
We took down
actually,
the statues because we don't want to know about our history. This
actually,
is fucking stupid.
Fort Bragg is it? Well, he was a Confederate general, but he was only a colonel in the Union Army.
Only.
Yeah. So it's named after a U.S. colonel.
Why is this important? Who cares?
Well,
we're talking about American people's lives, and they're worried about renaming of military bases.
Well,
Suck a fat one. And let me guess, don't before you even go into it, the side that's just the Republicans, right?
What do you mean? Democrats want to change it all.
And Republicans are blocking it.
No, Trump is blocking it.
Oh, Trump himself. Okay.
Everybody is in favor of it, actually.
Really? That's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's a bipartisan thing. So, what do we have up here? Did I love my neighbor today? Yeah, he's a good guy.
Woo-hoo.
Obie's okay. I love him. They're trying to change the names of some Chicago schools, too. Slave owner names. I could see that.
Oh my God, get over it. Hundreds of years later. Can we just move on in life? There are so many other more important topics than changing the name of something because somebody's feelings are hurt. I don't give a fuck care about your feelings.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, they owned slaves.
Back then, even the North or the South, they were all slave owners.
Sure.
But isn't there more important?
The first slave to be sold at the Chicago slave market, which is now where the county building and city hall sit, was a white man sold to a black person. So the Confederates were traitors and should not be honored in any way.
Katie's trying to pick a fight.
Actually, you're right. They were traitors. Fort Misery would be fitting. Well, they have to be named after generals. Well, how about Fort? What did I say before?
But wait a minute. The South was in control, and the North revolted and took over. So isn't the North traitors because they started the war? The South?
No, the South seceded from the Union.
Okay.
They're the ones who they left the Union.
So that means they're not traitors. They were separate from the Union.
No, they seceded from the Union.
So they're not traitors.
Yes, they are.
How? Because they didn't want to be part of your system that makes them traitors? Go have your own system somewhere else. Go do your own thing. It's the same thing as religion. Just because I'm not Catholic, I'm a traitor, or I'm not Jewish, I'm a traitor? No. That makes me something different than you. They're not traitors.
Yeah, well, they are. I mean, they started a war against us.
Who started the war?
They started the war.
How did they start the war?
They started the war.
By leaving?
No, they took over the fort at, what was it, Appomattox?
Okay.
That started the war.
I can't help you Northerners are pussies. Couldn't keep your own fort?
Sorry, you started a war.
I'm just playing. Sean says Fort Heartbreak, Fort Misery. Fort McMaster's.
What was his name?
And that's my whole point behind it. The South succeeded from the North. So you can't call them traitors.
And then
when
they
they're not
attacked
part of
us.
you. Okay.
Okay, you started a war. We ended
It
it.
doesn't make them traitors.
We finished it.
It makes two nations at war.
And we weren't two nations. We were a nation divided.
No, two nations. They
We were a
succeeded.
nation divided. I'm sure not all the states that seceded from the Union really wanted to do it.
See, that's
all
what,
the people didn't want to do it.
That's what
okay?
happens when you read a Northern history book.
The Vox Populi, I bet you the people didn't want to do it.
That, like I said, that's what
they
happened.
turned against their country so they could own human beings. Yeah, think about that. They said, fuck you to the North and took up arms against the Union. That's right. That is the way, that is the very definition of, that was the very definition of what was of sedition, right?
See, she read one of those Northern history books. That just tells you lies. Go read a Southern history book. It'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
We were like the Smurfs, happy and smiling, and then you Northerners come down.
Oh, yeah. And they was just sitting around eating watermelon.
That's
having
right.
a good time.
That's right.
Dancing to harmonica music.
There was rainbows.
Playing banjos. Sure, I'll tell you, there's a song.
Unicorns were frolicking.
Yeah. There's a song by Randy Newman.
That's right, Sean.
I can't think of the name of it. Educated in both the North and the South. Anyway, there's a song by Randy Newman. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. But it's this ship's captain or whatever talking to natives in Africa. And he's telling them, you know, in America, you'll have food to eat. You won't have to run through the jungle and scuff up your feet, you know. And it's all this kind of stuff.
Well, he didn't lie to him.
He said, sail away across the mighty ocean into Charleston Bay. You know, it's some funny stuff. I should feature Randy Newman sometime. Maybe I'll do that Tuesday.
Katie.
Huh?
Sean says, history is written by the victors. Katie says, I got my BS degree in the North and my master's in the South.
Well, there's a lot of BS in the North. So.
Yeah, no, that's always been a huge debate, North-South, because
the South lost.
Well, no, because both sides say the South succeeded from the North, which meant the North and South weren't one. It wasn't united anymore. They were different countries.
And they weren't different countries. They were country divided.
It's like saying Europe is a country divided.
And it might be in Florida. Okay? And a BS in Oregon.
History is cool. You can learn a lot about life from it. Just remember to come back to your present. Hell no. Present day sucks, man.
Well, I'll tell you, if you don't, that old adage about if you don't learn from history, you're cursed to repeat it is so true. So true. Okay? We escaped Nazism by the skin of our teeth just now. Okay? We escaped a totalitarian regime, and if we're not careful, it could happen to us again in another 4 years.
Ivanka.
Okay?
Oh,
history is so important. Okay?
Ice Queen Ivanka cometh.
Yes, it is a repeating spiral. We have to be so careful right now because we're dipping into such an ultra conservative, fascist society that if we don't turn it around now, you won't be able to bear the next 10 years. Okay, this has to be the generation that turns it around. This has to be the time it happens,
No, this
or it won't happen.
This generation went
Okay.
woke. They went woke, and just nobody smacked them upside the head yet.
Well, they better get a fucking whack on right now.
Get the whack on. You heard
Really?
Spliffy. Get your whack on.
I mean, if something doesn't happen real soon, we're fucked. Sophia, welcome aboard.
Hey, what's up, Sophia? Run away from your government. Oh, at all times, Sean. At all
No,
times.
it's Princess Infancy and Ice Queen Melanie. Evanky.
Stupid autocorrect.
You know, it's not likely Trump would run again next time, but Junior.
No, I think Ivanka will. There's been a lot of talk about how upset she is over how her father's handling this and the uproar that he's causing, the embarrassment to the family.
Well, yeah. Well, he is.
You know, because it's just going to damage the name for when she wants to become politically active.
Yeah. Well, can only hope, right? You can only hope. Because I don't think she can get elected.
No, Jared Kushner is not Slender Man. That is actually Spliffy's weekend gig.
Slender Man. I don't know what's that guy made of, plastic or something?
I don't know.
He doesn't look human.
It's some kind of urban myth that started out, I think.
It's like he's Data, you know. He's made of the same material Data's made of. She was up to her neck in all of this shit. She is going to a federal tennis club for a while. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
So what else is going on in the world, Mr. Spliffy?
well, we got a little justice for Breonna Taylor.
And tell us who Breonna Taylor is.
You remember Breonna Taylor?
Remind the people in the world.
Okay. Breonna Taylor is the young paramedic who was shot in her bed with her boyfriend. Well, he wasn't shot, but she was shot and killed while the Louisville police were executing a no-knock warrant. I don't know when that was, back in May or something. I don't know. April or something like that. And the only officers who were terminated as a result of that were, I don't know, one guy who was outside the building and shot through her patio door, and the bullet went into the apartment next door, and he was fired for reckless endangerment or something. Well, 2 officers were served on Tuesday with pre-termination papers. There's going to be a hearing. The officer who shot her, one of the 2 officers who shot her was served with pre-termination papers. And the officer, the detective, well, they're both detectives, and the detective who filed for the no-knock warrant received pre-termination papers. Now, the detective who filed for the no-knock warrant is being terminated because he lied. They had no details in the articles I read as to what he lied about. But when he applied for the warrant, apparently he lied about something in the application when he filed for the warrant. Also, he wasn't at the scene, which he should have been. Okay. So he was supposed to be there since he applied for the warrant. And in addition to that, he lied in the application. So he's up for termination. So is the detective who shot her. I guess the other guy who shot her was just an officer. So he's not up for termination. But the detective who shot her is. Okay.
I want to answer Sean here. Why are cops acting like soldiers? That's been going on since the 70s when soldiers have been coming home from war and becoming officers.
No. It's only been happening since the mid 80s when they started hiring soldiers.
We just now.
They didn't, after Vietnam, they didn't hire soldiers for that.
We just now have cameras and phones and everybody's seeing everything nowadays. Even like, what do you say, 10 years ago, Spliffy? This wasn't like such a thing as it is now, but now with phones and cameras and everybody's watching.
Training has changed for the military. The focus is changed for the military. The training for war in the Middle East isn't the same as it was for Vietnam.
Well, we're talking about the cops, though.
I'm explaining.
Okay.
The background training for the military today is very different than it was when I went through the military.
Yeah.
Okay? These guys come out as trained killers. We didn't come out as trained killers. Okay? The mental attitudes of people who come out of the military now are very different.
I accept that.
Okay?
I accept that.
Okay?
Completely, yeah.
First of all, they're volunteers too. Majority of the people who went in during the Vietnam era were not volunteers. So their mindset was different going in. They had no intention of staying in any more than 2 years. Okay? And when they got out, and they went on with their lives and hopefully didn't go to Vietnam. And if they did and weren't traumatized by it, went on and lived a normal life. There's a lot of people who went to Vietnam were support personnel. As you know, for every soldier in the field, there's at least 10 people behind them that never actually see any war action, clerks, etc. You know. So people go into the military in order to get that kind of training now. People didn't then. You know?
And those are the people coming out becoming cops.
Becoming cops. People who went in to learn how to kill.
And what's even worse is they become cops knowing truly nothing about the law or the laws that they're actually enforcing half the time. And their answer is just like a high school bully or something. Oh, you disagree with me? I'll show you. And that's the attitude nowadays.
Yeah. Sean says, no knock is a military term used in raids. Right, exactly. So it has a different, yes, they did, Katie. They murdered her. 90% of the military is not combat arms.
But they still have to go through the same training.
But they still go through the same training.
If you want to work within that division, you have to train.
I mean, everybody has to be trained to fight before they do anything else. So even if you hire ex MPs, okay, for your police department, even though they're trained to be police officers. First, they're trained to kill. Okay.
And you got to understand with an MP or an SP and stuff, it's not so much that they're trained to kill, but the attitude they have is, I may have to kill, because a cop may come across one or two people willing to die for what they believe in. A military police and a shore police, every person they deal with is willing to die.
Yeah.
And they have to have that attitude going into the situation. I know this man may not come out of it. I know I may not come out of it. Well, when you come out of the military and continue on a career like that, with that mental aspect, it's hard to shut it off in civilian life when you're still doing the same job, but you got to go, oh, wait.
Bud says, I didn't have a gun the whole time I was in.
I know him. I wouldn't have given him one either.
There's big money in mercenary work now. Look at Eric Prince. Yes. Well, you qualify on
human silhouette targets. Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
Yes, exactly. Now, when I was in, if you didn't qualify, they'd had somebody else shoot for you. Okay.
The phantom shooter.
Because everybody passed. Same thing with the physical stuff. If you couldn't run a mile, they had somebody run for you. If you couldn't crawl 40 yards on your belly, they had somebody do it for you. Okay. Now, everybody passed.
20 years later, though, when I was in, you had to pass your physical. Okay.
You did.
As far as shooting,
somebody did it for you, though.
As far as shooting, if you could hit the target, it doesn't matter where. It could have been a glance. They counted it.
We'd be standing there in a crowd, and people would be changing shirts with each other.
Yeah, see, it wasn't.
Here, put this shirt on. Oh, okay,
it was a little stricter than that in the '90s, but not a whole lot more. Let me tell you.
Physically, not then it wasn't.
Physically, you had to be on physically, but everything else was kind of
Pencil holes onto the target. Sean says, I know, I was there. Eric Prince is one of the most dangerous men on earth because he will do anything for money. Yeah, well, there's a lot of those people out there. Seriously, a lot of those people out there. So the trouble is that these police officers are being fired. What they're not being is prosecuted. Okay. And that's what I have a problem with. Nobody's being prosecuted for this shit.
That's that whole implied immunity and sovereign citizen crap.
Yeah.
For you guys that don't know and just watch YouTube, you're not a sovereign citizen. You don't have immunity from the law. The cops are sovereign citizens, just like knights were back in the time of castles.
Well, that's what they are essentially, isn't it? I mean, they go around, they do whatever they want.
Without the code of honor, yeah.
Yeah.
Knights without the code of honor.
They go, they go in and they eat lunch wherever they want. They don't pay for it. They take whatever they want. They don't pay for it.
Katie says, but he is a killer. Yeah, yes. But he wears a badge, so it's just, it's not as harsh. He did a boo-boo.
You want to prosecute because the system actually wants cops to act like attack dogs. Exactly. With a huge pocket block full of money. He's an Amway.
Oh, she's talking about that. Yeah, talking about that Eric Prince guy.
Yeah. Nobody walks a beat anymore and talks to the people. Well, no, see,
you're the enemy.
Being a cop used to be a legacy. Your dad was a cop, your grandfather was a cop, and then you were a cop.
Tradition.
And it was a tradition to be a cop. It ran in the family. And it's not like that anymore. They started hiring people out of the military, and that was a huge mistake. You know, that was a really huge mistake, and it it didn't really start to get bad until till the mid to late '80s. Up until then, it didn't seem to be quite so bad, and it's really gotten bad uh, since the turn of the century. So you're right, soldiers are not cops. You know,
But you guys got to also understand.
there's a time when my asshole didn't get tight every time I saw a squad car. You know,
You guys also got to understand. There's tradition and then there's law. By law, the cops don't have to help you. When you call them, they don't have to come. They're under no obligation to protect you or your rights as an individual in any way. That is law. So, like, once the new age of policing came along and people are like, well, fuck, I can do what I want now, it's just been downhill. And
wow.
There's so much wrong with law enforcement, though, Spliffy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's laws that protect them for their own actions.
Precisely.
You know,
Pretty much immunity from prosecution.
and the education level of cops, the
yeah.
education level of cops
Isn't
is
high
so
enough.
minimal. It's just ridiculous. Cops should have college degrees with backgrounds in law.
In law. Exactly.
And I'm not just talking criminal law. I'm talking criminal law, civil law,
See, Katie heard me.
law.
I said, wow.
But we're talking law. I'm sorry. I get excited.
I know.
I get excited over law.
I know. I just thought maybe it was time to move on.
Okay.
Okay. So the WOW is SC Slimer. And I don't know if the SC is for South Carolina, but it's a Slimer. And it's an indica dominant hybrid. It's 22.71% THC. And for an indica, it makes me pretty talkative, actually.
Tasty, though.
Yeah, it is tasty.
I mean, it has a lot of terpene level into it.
Yeah, it does. It's got some shit to it. So, I don't have a humorous story or anything for the WOW segment. So we thought we'd play a little game today. And Doug and I were thinking, how about we see how many names we can come up with for a joint? Okay? How many names do you know of for a joint?
And the winner can send us a sandwich.
You're smoking alien Wi-Fi or alien Wi-Fi? Is that what it says? I can't tell an L from an I.
Katie's smoking alien Wi-Fi, and Sean is smoking Harambe OG. Sean says Doobie. So far, he's winning. He has to send us a sandwich so far. Can anybody beat Doobie?
Joint.
J. Hooter! We got Hooter in the house!
Well, you saw that way ahead of me.
It popped up on my phone.
You saw it way ahead of me.
Oh, we have
Spliff.
Oh, we have flag on field, man. Flag on field. We are in a disagreement. I said a spliffy's not a joint. And what did you say, Spliffy?
Doob.
A dub.
A doob. Dub.
Dub. Doob. Doobie doob doob.
How about a reefer? There's an oldie but a goodie.
Ooh.
That's reaching back there.
Let's take it into the 90s. A Scooby snack.
A Scooby snack, huh?
Yeah, or a Doobie snack.
A bat? Let's go blow a bat.
Ooh.
Used to say
Ooh,
that
that's
all
a
the
good one.
time.
That's a good one.
Marijuana cigarettes.
Oh, you're such a square.
Marijuana cigarettes. Come on, you guys gotta know some I never heard.
That's like, oh my God, your teacher talking to you in high school.
A blunt. There you go. Short.
Oh, nice, Katie.
Zane played Reefer Madness on one of his channels over New Year. Nice.
I don't know how people get away with that. I got shut down for 90 days trying to play a movie.
Really?
Yeah. My original Lost Dog channel, that's why it got shut down the first time for 90 days because I was playing a movie online.
Wow.
As I was talking to people. They were like, no, fuck this asshole.
Some people get caught. Cannabis sativa cigar.
Ooh, okay, okay.
What else we got here? A hog leg.
Oh, hog legs.
I've been trying to figure it out myself.
Pinner, a pinner.
A pinner. Yeah.
Smoking a pinner.
Yeah. Gee, come on, folks. Help me out here. You got to know more of them.
And what's odd is me and Spliffy earlier couldn't think but about 10 or 12 of them, and I looked it up, and there was a list of hundreds. I'm like, wow,
Hot log. There you go.
Who's calling people this shit? A roach gets down halfway. It's the roach.
Yep. There was a biker who used to come in the bar all the time. His name was Roach. And I thought they called him Roach, not only because of his appearance, but also because of marijuana. And it turns out his name really was Roach.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Was his last name.
Oh, damn.
So,
my bad.
Hot log. I like that.
Shepherd snack. A joint is a shepherd snack.
Let's see.
What
else?
I guess you could call a joint a burn one.
Yeah, let's go burn one.
Yeah, because when you say that, it's always you're referencing a joint.
You know exactly what one is,
right?
So one.
Yeah, man, joint's a one, man.
A one. Yeah. You could call it a one.
Want to go play with a one, man?
Let's go do one.
Exactly.
Do one, burn one.
Exactly.
It's one. Wouldn't be anything else. You wouldn't say, let's go burn a number two.
Oh my God. Oh. Wrong. Pardon us. Wow. We get canceled.
I'm definitely not burning a number two.
Squiggly lines come up. TV station. The currently
Tell your bestie to try the Entourage vape from downtown. She will love it. I better text her right now.
Okay, wait. What's the Entourage vape? Is it a type of vape or is it a place to buy stuff at?
No. It's downtown is where to buy it.
Downtown where?
The downtown dispensary.
Oh. See, you can't just say shit and think everybody knows what you're talking about. Some of us aren't that hip, Spliffy. Oh, he's texting. He's in text mode. Okay, now my days blend together. Was it today or yesterday? Lipstick chick was on Shepherd's Treehouse. My days blend. A lot of drugs. But she had me cracking up. That woman is opinionated. Is she going to tell you? I was rolling. I was playing a video game, listening. Like I said, I can't think of if it was today or yesterday. This morning she was out. Okay, it was first thing this morning. Okay, so I'm playing a video game. I'm listening to her, and she just started going off. I was rolling. Yeah, see, that was just this morning, and it's like that was so long ago. When was that?
Okay, send it off to her.
And no, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Oh, moving on.
I think I had a chunky.
Chunky. Are you calling me fat?
I didn't have you for
Because
breakfast.
I am fluffy, damn it. I am not chunky. I'm sexy and fluffy. Like a puppy.
Like a puppy, huh?
Like a puppy.
So he looked up on his phone the number of names for a joint.
Oh my God.
There are hundreds, at least. Type of vape. It is a new product that sneaks up on you. It is a full terp, 27.3 delta, 9 THC, and 12.4 delta THC. Ooh.
Oh, forbidden fruit. That's a good strain.
The strain is forbidden fruit.
Had some of that in flour. All right, well, the street lights are on, Spliffy.
Okay, just a second. You heading home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gonna go water the girls and
Take care.
get the lights on. Katie says it rocks. Yeah, forbidden fruit's a good strain. Very flavorful. Another good flavorful strain is LSD. Buds and Hazard grew some of that, and that had a lot of terpene value in it, you know? Now, I've been smoking on this Chernobyl for a while, and I don't know. I'd say it's a really mild terpene on it as far as flavor. Did I trip with the forbidden fruit? No, not quite.
Okay, I let her know all about it.
Yeah, you and me both, Katie. I wish.
So it only comes in 500 milligram because it's so concentrated. Oh, okay. I'll let her know. I'll fill her in on everything. She's headed back out there. She and the hubby are headed back out there in early January. And then he's going to stay out there because they have a teenage daughter. And so he's going to stay out there. Stony, welcome aboard.
Stony!
You just missed Dog. He's heading out the door, heading home.
Well, not quite yet.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Don't forget your chips.
Yeah.
On the can. Well, you got a bunch of shit to do.
I just saw Stony. He was at Pilgor's right before you went live. That's what I was watching, was Pilgor.
Oh. Well, he's here now.
Hello, Stony!
RFE says. So, anyway.
Yeah, more
they're heading out there in a week or so.
You got until you talk to Mac or whatever. You
I got
smoke that.
a couple of these.
Oh.
What time is it? Oh, I'll be like one in a few minutes.
See? See?
Yeah. So they're heading out there, and then she's going to fly back because her daughter's in school there. He's going to stay out there until March because he doesn't want to go back to work yet. He's an electrician, and he's laid off, and he doesn't need to work right now. So he's just going to wait till it gets warmer here and then go back to work. Spending my last $30 on dabs so I can use it. Well, I don't blame you. Why else would you buy it?
Oh, he didn't buy it. Buzz and Hazard sent it to him.
Oh,
Because he broke his other one like a heathen. He's being a gorilla. Oh, they're breaking shit. Oh.
I got your dab. I'm spending my last $30 on dabs so I can use it. I don't get it. Okay.
Dab rig? It's like a bomb for dabs.
Oh,
He broke his.
Oh,
Buds and
I
Hazard
see it.
sent up another one. Actually, he broke the one that Buds and Hazard sent to him.
oh, I see.
Yeah, it's a big circle.
I see. Okay. So he's going to stay out there till March, and she's going to fly back home, and then maybe sometime in February I'll fly back out there with her, and then stay out for like a week, and then fly back. So we'll see. So I got some more news. Argentina made it legal to get an abortion there. We're usually very busy here this time of year, but everything has been canceled. No gem show. I know that he's big on gem shows too. He's kind of pissed about that. GPA golf and maybe National Rodeo will happen, but that's the end of next month. Fine, must be trippy now. Yeah. I would imagine. Hitler lives here. Yeah, he does. Yeah, if he's still alive, that's where he lives. But he'd be like 100.
Damn.
You know? Because I don't know when he was born. Did he serve in the First World War? Do you know?
I don't know. I honestly don't. Let's find out.
Do you know if he served in the First World War? Well, when was he born?
Hitler served in the First World War?
I just need to know what year he was born. That's more important.
89 to 45. 1889.
Well, then he's dead.
He served first as an infantryman, and then as a private in the 16th Bavarian Reserve Infantry, also known as List Infantry, an Austrian citizen.
Well, Hitler was in World War I. That's why he was not stoned, he says.
And a draft shirker. He volunteered to serve in the Bavarian Army in 1914. So he, skipped the draft. He was a draft fucking dodger.
Oh, kind of like Trump.
Oh my God. Something new every day.
But after World War II, he went to Argentina.
Well, they say he didn't die in 45. He escaped Germany.
That's what I said. He went to Argentina.
In a sub. They were stuffing it up. Okay. It's dark.
So that's why he had a tiny mustache so the gas mask could fit properly.
Well, it's dark. The roads are going to get icy. I'm out of here.
Okay. Well, take care.
Oh.
Be careful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, forgot the cookie tin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, be careful on my driveway.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, and hey,
What?
just because I'm leaving, I don't want you guys all up in there talking about how sexy I am and how much you love me and how beautiful I am. Y'all just keep it calm. I'm out. I'll see y'all later.
I guarantee none of that'll happen.
Hey, you let me lie to myself if I want. Love you, Slippy.
Take care. I love you too. I'm telling you, we almost repeated all of that. Okay. We came this close in the last 4 years to almost repeating that shit. Okay. We almost had a totalitarian government here. Don't let the door hit ya. Okay, Katie. He's gone. Now we can talk bad things about him. Okay. Although he might go home and watch the rest of this show, then what, you know? Of course, I don't know if his Wi-Fi is working or not. So anyway, Argentina has become the third country in South America and the largest country in South America to dogs poop a lot in the yard. Yeah, they do. And he probably does too. It's easier than going in a house. What a pain in the ass it is living in that trailer, I'm sure, in that motor home, you know. Anyway, the third country and the largest country in South America to legalize elective abortions. And that's pretty amazing, I think. I mean, that's a big continent for only three countries in the whole continent to have legal abortions. That's pretty astounding. Of course, I guess there are a lot of Catholic countries down there, so that would explain it. So, you know, you only have Uruguay and Uganda down there are the only ones that have legalized abortions. Uganda is the most advanced. They've had it since 95, Uruguay since 2012. Some dogs eat poop. We need more of them. No, we don't. No, we don't. Can't wait until I get to laugh with you face to face one of these days. That would be great. Seriously. I look forward to that. You can't wait to dab. Okay. One. Okay. Anyway, Congressman-elect Luke Letlow from Louisiana won a runoff election on December 5th. He's dead. Hey, happy 421, folks. I was watching the clock, and I effing missed it. Damn, I hate myself for that. Also, I hate myself for starting this big runner. Now, you stop that. Poor packing job. Anyway, he's 41 years old, and he caught the virus and died. When I get my van ready, I'm going to see you too, Stoney. All right. I have no town. My town is non-existent. There's used to be a school up the road, and there's used to be a store down the road this way that people live in, and then there's a bar. Oh, and there's, as you head out of town, there's a fire station and a baseball field nobody uses anymore, but they maintain it. You've never seen a Trump cap. Well, isn't that nice? I wish I could say the same. God, I went up to Wisconsin. That was unbelievable how much Trump shit I saw up there. Those people were just Trump nuts where I was. But that was way up in northern Wisconsin. Wasn't like Milwaukee or Madison or anything. This was way up in the up around the Upers. So your county voted 89% Democratic. I can't say that about this one. I really don't know for sure. But we do have a rather cosmopolitan population in the Joliet area. So I would imagine that was fairly heavily Democratic. But then this is a Democratic state overall. So I'm living with the Trump truck brigade for 4 years. Oh, brother. Feel for you. Around here, it's pretty much that way. I'd be in jail. I don't take any shit at all. I don't either. I get into arguments at the bar all the time. Usually what happens is people leave. Of course, I was, this is funny. I was up at the bar and I got into a conversation with this guy. And he didn't agree with anything I said. But he ended up sitting there having 2 more beers, arguing with me. Well, more or less having a discussion with me. He didn't get hot-headed. And so it was kind of comfortable, actually. And the bartender, Laurie, was grateful because he was spending money. And it was a very slow afternoon. So we went out for a smoke. And he was leaving. And I lit up a joint, and he got in his pickup truck. And he pulled around and he stopped and he says, "What does your shirt say?" And my shirt said NOTHING. He says, "What does not hing mean?" And I says, "Oh, it's nothing." And he thought for a second, and then he realized it was nothing, and just drove off laughing. But he had sat there in the bar for, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, and looked at my shirt and never realized what it said. And I guess studied it for God knows how long. No, it was just NOTHING, not hing, like it was 2 words. And yes, I made a dumbass attempt thought. Yeah. Uh, yes, not hing. uh, One of my originals. Uh, 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 it was such a moment. Uh, Lori got a kick out of it too. So, Biden is already taken a presidential step. Okay, he's already made a presidential order. In fact, okay, he has put a freeze on all of Trump's midnight regulations. Okay, and what midnight regulations are any regulations that he put into effect that take effect after the inauguration. Okay, so any orders that Trump made, any laws that he passed, anything that's supposed to go into effect after inauguration day, they're done. They're not happening. Okay, so that would include our dropping out of the World Health Organization. That's not going to happen. Okay, because that would be effective in July 5th, I believe. So that won't happen now. So you can forget about that. And anything else that he did to try to sabotage the incoming administration can't happen now. There's a freeze on everything. So isn't that nice? And that's all the stories I have. So now we can just chat. Pete Townsend is the head of the World Health Organization. Who? Yes. Wait, what? Who? Not wait, what? Who? Who's on first? Biden has been there before. He's got some of his Secret Service agents back from before. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He has White House experience. Okay. Although, it's, I don't know. Vice president's job isn't really very important unless the president drops dead. They don't really do anything. I forget what Benjamin Franklin said the vice president should be called. It was something like your superfluous majesty or something like that. As a politician, not a real estate dick. He's a politician, not a real estate dick. Exactly. Who rocks? You love the Who? Yeah, they're okay. They're an Irish Beatle band. You know that he's been getting briefings even though Trump stopped them. Yeah, people have been sneaking shit to him. People who, the grunts, okay? I mentioned them before. The people that are going to be there uh, time after time. The people that are there administration after administration, okay? The grunts. The people that have held jobs there for years and years and years, those are the ones that are going to get the information to them no matter what, okay? Uh, they're going to see to it that the information gets there. I mean, they want the government to run smoothly. They're not going to fuck things up. I worked in government. I know how it is. People on the inside just continue to do their jobs, okay? Because they know that in a few years' time, it's all, somebody else is going to be in there. And and it's business as usual. You just keep working, okay? These fuckers should be charged with felonies trying to take over America. Well, we don't really know what they're going to be charged with, okay, until they leave office. I mean, there could be charges coming. We don't know. We just have to wait and see. You know, I'd love to see Hillary standing outside the cell of Trump, laughing at him. Yeah, and poking him with a stick, you know. Did you see that? Just poking him with a stick. You know, look at you, motherfucker. You know, lock him up, lock him up. Poke him with a stick, poke him with a stick. Yeah, I'd be all about that. We could all go in and take turns poking him with a stick. Yeah, I'd like that. That'd be fun. You know, how about a public stoning? We haven't done one of those in a long time. You know, make America beautiful. Stone Trump. So there was a Breonna Taylor statue in California, and they destroyed it. Some people destroyed the statue. So the artist said he's going to redo it in bronze, so it can't be messed with anymore. So I don't know why anybody vandalized it. Obviously, a racist act. So I thought that was terrible. But anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. So yeah, go to her home, kill her, and then terrorize her statue. Yeah, it's not like it was, I don't know. People just piss me off. It'd be a great world if there weren't any people on it, Like that Colin Powell said, they should call Flynn back to active duty so they can court martial him. That's the real treason trial. Yeah, she didn't ask for it. No, she didn't ask for it. And there was nothing there. You're right, though. They should. You're right. He's an officer. He can be called back to duty at any time. And he should. Well, that's the thing too, is that, all those pardons that he gave out, um, those can be overturned. It's been done before. Um, Ulysses S. Grant overturned pardons that Andrew Johnson handed out because he didn't think they were fair. So there's precedent for it. So all these pardons he handed out, Biden can overturn those. My ex-partner was a retired lieutenant colonel, was very conscious of that fact. I'm sure. Send him right back to jail. Yeah, especially them bastards that shot up those people in Baghdad. Yeah, way to go, Ulysses. Yeah. You just can't turn all these fucking people loose like that and think you can get away with it. I can let the dogs out. Excuse me a moment. They're being nutty. Looks like they also might need some food. Yeah, it's feeding time at the zoo. This will just take a moment, folks. You going outside? Come on. Go on. Oops. There. Already? That was a quick trip. You guys are in a hurry tonight. I want to get in the house. But don't be that way. There you go, boy. My dad has a recliner to help you up. He was 280 pounds. One of each elderly parent. Myself, now the parents are gone. So I have three. Oh, there are 4 recliners in this room. My chair sucks. Bet you did, KD. Bet you did. Yeah, we have 2 chairs in this room that don't look like recliners, but they are. Okay. I'll show you one, but it's covered with a cover so that Buster can sit in it. So you can't really tell, but it's the chair over there. See, it's got, can you see the feet on it and stuff? I don't know if you can see the chair. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's a recliner. And we have 2 of those. They don't look like recliners, but they are. And then we have 2 like this. You've seen dogs sitting in the other one. So they took care of me longer than I did them. So I would not have had it any other way. If they rock, they're golden. No, those 2 don't rock, but the other 2 do. The one dog sits in, rocks and swivels. This one doesn't swivel. Well said, KD. Provided the environment you had as a child was a good one. Mine wasn't, unfortunately. So my parenting wasn't the best. But as a result, I've tried to be the best. So, an update. My daughter did not come down last week. And on Sunday, she didn't call me Sunday. I called her about 11 in the morning. She said she forgot to call me and that they weren't coming down. But I got a text from her. She said maybe next week, which would be this weekend. And I got a text from her a little while ago. And she said that they'd be here at noon tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll be here. So, but I came from a broken home, and I lived with my mother from then on. And but I was out of the house by the time I was 17. Things weren't going well there either. So. Shitty parents can make a good parent if you recognize the wrongs. Exactly. Exactly. I tried to be a good parent. I thought I was. You know. But now she's, I don't know, pushing 50 and things don't look so good now. You know. I don't know what happened. So. So your parents were good until they weren't. Yeah, well, kind of, but you know, being divorced, I didn't see a lot of my dad, and he was a heavy drinker, so that's probably why. Well, that and because he wasn't paying child support, so that had a lot to do with it. He didn't work regularly. Nobody wants to hire a drunken Boilermaker. Hard to handle somebody like, you know, hard to handle a torch. There, now I can see better. Mine stayed together for me when I was 16. I was the ref the rest of the time. I see. No, they were gone. He was gone by the time I was 9. 8, 9, yeah, around there. And then Like I say, I was gone by the time I was 17. My sister was 6 years older than me, and she was gone by the time she was 17. So you're never more confused than when you smacked your mom right back. Well, hardest my mother ever hit me was when she called me a son of a bitch, and I agreed with her. So, but but she used to hit me with whatever was handy. I get home, fight the streets of Chicago, go home, fight the family. Yeah, well, I understand. Did the same thing. Only sometimes the streets are a better place to be. Okay. Certainly more fun. Okay. You know, kind of trouble I got in. I didn't get caught. I guess that's what the thing was. If you didn't get caught, everything was fine. Beautiful girl changed you forever. Military changed me. Getting the hell out of here and finding nature. 2 years in Alaska. Getting in trouble up there. Moved from Utah to Oregon. Never wanted to leave when I was 9. Love matters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Change your surroundings and change your life. Nature will fix you. Absolutely. I mean, I was a cliff dweller. I lived in apartment buildings all my life. I didn't know what nature was. Never been in that kind of an environment. And when I got there, I wanted to go. As soon as I got there, I wanted out. I volunteered for Vietnam. Told me they had enough clerks. Yeah. So, couldn't even get there. And then I got in trouble. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I grew up in the National Park Service. Wow. Yeah, you did. That's fantastic. You're a lucky man, Stoney. Couldn't have a cat or a dog. Well, that's a shame. I couldn't have a dog when I was young. Could never have any kind of pet. Birds, I could have birds, like a canary, parakeet, something like that. Wow. Or a mountain lion, perhaps. I we had a parakeet, and we lived in this small apartment. And my sister, being handicapped, got the bedroom, of course. And I slept on a sofa in the living room, and my mother slept on a daybed in the dining room. And the parakeet's cage was at the head of the bed, the head of the daybed. My uncle brought over a hamster, and I had the hamster in a shoebox. I didn't have a cage for it yet. I just got it that day, and in the middle of the night, it chewed its way out of the shoebox, crawled over to the daybed where my mother was sleeping, and I guess it wanted to get to the seat in the cage because it climbed up on my mother's face trying to get to the bird cage. She woke up in the middle of the night screaming with this rodent on her face, you know. I wasn't allowed to keep it, you know. So I had to get rid of the thing. She wouldn't let me keep it. I was real disappointed. I wanted a pet, you know. So that's the whole reason. There's to preserve for future generations a bit of what they found when they came to the new when they can't to the new world. When they came to the new world, I would imagine, and disappear in a heartbeat. Ben, yeah, the rat, yeah, Willard. Uh, uh, yeah, well, so much for that pet, you know. Yeah, I bet you a lot of people didn't know it's he was singing about a rat, you know. They didn't go to the movie. They didn't know. Uh, so yeah. Yeah. Of course, I had a turtle one. They used to sell turtles in the dime store. And of course, if you don't know what a dime store is, then you're shit out of luck. Anyway, they used to sell these tiny little turtles that were about this big, and their shells were painted blue or orange or whatever. They're imported from China or Japan or something. They had Oriental writing on the backs of the shells, and um, or painted flowers or some shit, you know. Be careful what you're singing. If we were all in a bar, people around us would leave because we would be all laughing so loud. Yeah, I know. Or tell us to tone it down or something. Yeah. Dime stores sold anything from aspirin to turtles. Yes, they did. But anyway, I got one of these little turtles. Yeah, Woolworth. Yeah, sure. Uh, I got one of these little turtles, and you got one of these plastic things with a plastic palm tree on it, and you put water in there, so the thing could walk down this ramp, okay, and go in the water if it wanted to, and then it could also come up out of the water if it wanted to, because you know, so it could swim around if it wanted, or it could just lay in the dry area if it wanted to, and that sort of thing. And you fed it, you know, like a piece of lettuce or whatever. So I had one of these things, and my mother went to clean out the container, you know, the dish that it swam around in. So she put the turtle in the bathtub with some water while she washed it out in the sink. And when she went to get the turtle, instead of taking the turtle out of the tub and putting it in its container, she pulled the plug, and the turtle became the plug. And she couldn't get the turtle out of the drain. So she tried using a butter knife, and he was a late turtle. Not that he wasn't on time, but she pried his shell off, and he looked all icky, and I screamed. I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I saw my turtle pried in half. So, yeah, it's not a pretty sight. I didn't like that. So that's where the turtle plugs originated. Oh, yeah. Turtle trauma. Go back to the dinosaur. Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't get another turtle. Kind of wish I did, but it came in blue and red. Yeah, mine was blue. I mean, who wants a red turtle? Yeah. Yeah, I think they do, because a lot of turtle came with it. Put a walnut shell over him. He dig that shit. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I could take it back and say he opened up on me. Yeah. I don't know what happened here. He broke. Somebody broke my turtle. My brother always wanted to get me a baby alligator. My mom would shit and smack him for bringing it up. I don't blame her. Yeah, return it and say, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, what the hell kind of turtle you sell me here? Comes apart. Are they supposed to do this? Yeah. What's wrong with this damn thing here? Kind of shit you selling me? I've been slacking on this joint here. Defective turtle. Yeah. Give a negative review. Yeah. He flipped his lid. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, shell just fell off my turtle. I turned it upside down and look what happened. It was loose. The screw fell out, and I don't know where it went. Dressed as a Ninja Turtle. Yeah. Yeah. You can have all kinds of fun with a pet turtle, huh? Dress it up as a ninja. Of course, you might have trouble getting that thing tied around the top of his head. It lost its screw, yeah. Can't find the screw. Oh. So I duct taped it together. All's good, yeah. looking for a live one. Yeah, a little crazy glue. Red, green approved. Oh, oh, the new Red Green show. That's some funny shit. That's some funny shit there. Oh, that breaks me up. I used to watch that all the time. Did you ever watch that, Katie? The new Red Green show? That's some funny shit. New? Yeah, that's the one I watched. It was called The New Red Green Show on PBS. Yeah, the Possum Lodge. Yeah. I'm sure it's the same show. You've seen the old ones. Well, I'm talking a long time ago. They just probably called it The New Red Green Show. You know what I'm saying? It was probably always called The New Red Green Show. Not that there were old ones. He took his furnace from his house because it was summer. Built a pontoon boat from duct tape with a recliner. Fish, yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah, he'd do all kinds of goofy crap like that. And then they'd go visit some goofy fucker. They'd have film about some crazy shit. Somebody doing some goofy crap. I'm sure it's the same show. He was always doing some goofy crap, converting something to something else in their plaid. Yeah, and of course they always thought whatever they made was fantastic. You know, the end product was always fantastic. You know, precisely what they totally expected it to be, and you know, just just what they were just what they were working towards. 15 seasons. Wow. I didn't realize it was that long. I'll have to check and see if I can't find it somewhere. I'd like to watch that again. That's some funny shit. 91 to '06. Wow. I have no idea. Wowee. Yeah, I can watch some of that. That's some funny stuff. Oh, Mystery Science Theater. That's around. They even redid it on Netflix. Not as good. But yeah, they even redid that. But the original is even better. Not Mike Nelson, but the other guy. I forget his name. Yeah, MST3K. Yeah, those guys are nuts. They have truncated versions of them on TV now. I see. You've seen every episode? Oh, that's some funny shit, those guys. You know, you binge watched Bridgerton last night on Netflix. Oh, I watched a documentary the other day. It was on Netflix. I watched that Murder Mountain. Have you watched that? About the Emerald Triangle, Murder Mountain. They have stupid humor like me. Oh, you mean on Mystery Science Theater? Yeah, I like Mystery Science Theater. Like the movie Heavy Metal. You like the adult cartoons? Some cartoons are more adult than others. Um, I like, I mean, like, I enjoyed Pinky and the Brain. I thought that wasn't so much for kids as it was for adults. Anybody else like Pinky and the Brain when it was on? No? Nobody watched Pinky and the Brain? Well, you should check out Pinky and the Brain. Because Pinky and the Brain was fantastic. Pinky, not for kids. I didn't say it wasn't for kids. I'm saying it was more geared towards adults than it was for kids. Okay. Just like the Warner cartoons of the 40s and such were geared towards adults, not towards kids. I think Pinky and the Brain is more geared towards adults than it is for kids. Okay. In particular, there's an episode where they do a spoof on Winnie the Pooh. Okay, and what's the jackass's name in Winnie the Pooh? Igor or something. And in this particular one, it's Al Gore. Okay, and they're able to fly around because Al Gore has hot air blowing out his ass. Okay, and obviously that's not geared towards children. That's all I'm saying. So, Squidbillies. Yeah, there you go. I mean, there are certain cartoon shows that aren't necessarily made for kids. You know, Adult Swim, yeah. Watch Three Stooges. They are funny. They are funny. But you know, I tried watching Laurel and Hardy, and I didn't find them particularly funny. But I watched It's a Gift last night. W.C. Fields. He's a funny dude. Haven't watched him in a long time. That was some funny shit. Xenon Flux was late night on MTV. I still watch them. Stony. Oh, the Stooges. It was soft porn. No, not silent movie. Made movies in the 30s. But he just does some really funny acrobatic shit with, I mean, like juggling stuff, like with canes and hats and, you know, just funny stuff. He's like drunk all the time and he's just a kick in the ass funny. You love silent movies? Oh. I'll tell you a couple of good W.C. Fields movies to watch. One is The Bank Dick. And Shemp Howard of the Three Stooges is in that movie, by the way. Plays the bartender. And W.C. Fields is really good in that one. And oh, I wish I could think of the name of it. Because he's a huge, you can't call him an alcoholic. He's a drunkard, okay? There's one where he's on an airplane, and it's an open air airplane, commercial aircraft, okay? Okay? Which is already unbelievable, okay? Think how long Rudy Giuliano been around Nosferatu. Yeah. Charlie Chaplin. Uh-huh. It's frightening. Yeah. Drink your milk. Anyway, in this movie, he's flying in this open air airplane, okay? Commercial aircraft, like there is such a thing, okay? And he has his bottle sitting on the sill. And he accidentally knocks his bottle of whiskey over the edge and without hesitation jumps off the airplane right after it. Okay. So he does some very, very funny movies. Okay. So, but The Bank Dick is a good one to watch if you have a chance to watch that one. Check out The Bank Dick. Several others are funny. And the Marx Brothers are out of this world. That's some funny shit. Those guys are crazy. Okay. And W.C. Fields used to tour. He was self-proclaimed the greatest juggler in the world. Okay. So, Cheetos and champagne for Inauguration Day. Ooh, sounds good. I'd drink that and eat that. Sounds like a good inauguration day happening. We had giant shrimp for New Year's. They were this big. Seriously, this big. Great big shrimp. Bigger than jumbo. Did he drink it on the fall? No, he did. I don't. He did catch up with it. He may have drunk it on the fall. I'm not sure, but he landed on a great big cushiony thing on somebody's patio, and he bounced about 6 or 8 times on this thing up in the air, and then finally came to rest. All those prawns of Pacific Northwest. This was bigger than any prawn I ever saw. I don't know where they grew these things. These were enormous. Yes, he bounced numerous times, like way up into the air and then down again, and then way up into the air and down again. Pee time. Well, help yourself. Again? You want to go out again? You're such a pest. Oh, yeah, and of course it's 4:19. By the time I get back, I'll be late. You always do this to me. Arr. Come on. You better take a long time. Make it worth it. I just spilled my man pen. I see. Where were we? Well, dogs weren't wearing a pad, so they had to go out too. So, you're and the president. Me and the president? No, thank you. Trying to cut down. We got too many right now. One too many. And I know which one I pick. 420. You're right. Where am I here? Here we go. Happy 420, everybody. Damn dogs are at the door again. Can't believe this. Well, I did a shitty job of packing these today. I was in a hurry for the show. Oh, be quiet. Ouch, that's the spot. So, 16-inch bong for New Year's. What? Cheers, you awesome people. Bubble gum. Ordered a new 16-inch bong for New Year. Cool. Mine is perfect height. I set it on the table and don't even hold it. Nice. I'd need one this long. However long that is. I want to be able to sit it in the chair and hit on it. It'd be more convenient for me. This thing is still running. And them dogs are still at the door. Help! I'm on fire. I have to set that down, let it get caught up with itself while I go get the dogs again. I can't do beeper bongs. I have to have a straight tube bong. Beakers hit hard. I saw an outrageous bong. I just looked up bongs on Amazon. Outrageous. Some bitch was like $291 for this thing. I thought, wait a minute. I think you can go overboard. Here. Over here, Buster. Amazon has massive bongs. If you have 20 dab rigs, you know how to measure, you're just fucking weird. I shop eBay for bongs, China. Yeah. 500 for a dab rig. I get to figure out what kind of light to buy for a closet-sized grow space. Too expensive. One that does not put out much heat due to the summer heat here. Oh, what I have, buds, you know what I got. That thing puts out hardly any heat at all. You can put your hand right up under it and you don't feel any heat hardly at all. It's a real nice light too. And I got like a 40 by 40 area. There you go. Angel, is that the one I have? The Angel Yield 1000. And it's not very expensive either. I got it on Amazon. I can probably look it up for you right now. Look at my previous purchases. I can let you know what it cost me even. Oh, here it is. $100. So there you go. $99.99. $10 by 4. I think it'll work out just fine. And if you order it today, you'd have it by January 5th. So you're welcome. It's good light. What about the 2000? Couldn't you just buy one 2000? Oh, you need two. Okay. More productive life. Okay. I gotcha. I have the opposite of y'all. Dry air with heat. Gotcha. 4 by 8 by 2. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a very low heat light. I mean, you can get that thing right up to the buds even, and it's not hot at all. H.S.S. That's not what I have, right?
I just want
Because
you.
those lights aren't hot.
I just want you to see this.
Oh yeah, I saw it in the
Came in
kitchen.
nice, huh?
Yeah, did a nice job on.
Thank you.
That's our Christmas gift for our granddaughter, Lily-Ann, with those 600s a foot above plants. No, I have LEDs. Yeah. You saw your present? No, Stoney, it's not for you. It's for my granddaughter. It's a karaoke machine. Nice one, too. An adult karaoke machine. So. Didn't you get your present, Stoney? I sent it. Didn't you get it? You know what? I bet it's because that asshole that heads up the USPS now fucked with everything. He fucked with the mail. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping, Stoney. I hope they love it too. Yeah, yeah, that's what happened, Stoney. I bet you he fucked with it. I bet you. Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure. I'm hoping. I'm hoping my granddaughter has a great singing voice. Grate. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, well, he tried to fuck up the election. He might have fucked up Christmas too. Who knows? Mm, we'll see what happens. So maybe she'll be the next Janis Joplin voice. We can only hope. We can only hope there'll be another Janis Joplin voice. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? Man, man, wouldn't that be nice? So short and yet so much. I mean, she gave us so much. Patti Smith. Yeah, but yeah, she was no Joplin. She was no Joplin either. Sorry, Stoney. I mean, Joplin just was a wailer. I mean, nobody could wail like she could. Okay. She just, no, she didn't scream. She just had a way of wailing like nobody else. Uh, just truly remarkable voice. Just no other way of putting it. One of a kind. Yeah, a blues singer like no other. You know. Bobby McGee's. Yeah, I like Summertime. Yeah, and Ball and Chain. Those are probably my favorites. Those are probably my two favorite songs. I'm hoping he's home by now, but he says that coming down here, he says there was bad weather between here and his place, so it's really unpredictable. He was impounded. Huh? Yeah, impounded, put in the dog pound. Yes, put in the dog pound. So I don't know. I should have told him to text me when he got home, so I know he got there okay. Because in that little roller skate of his, and then he put that thing on the back. It's 50 pounds of aluminum or something. And I don't know, is there a motor on that thing? There must be a motor on that thing. I don't know how the hell else you get a lift vehicle on that. Some kind of bracket thing. And yeah, he's in the roller skate and he's got this lift on the back that holds his little buzz around vehicle. Not that he has the little buzz around vehicle on that, but he's put this device on the back. So he's added extra weight to the rear. So I don't know what that does, because that's a rear end engine vehicle, I believe. So he's taken the front wheels off, slightly off the ground a bit by adding the extra weight to the rear. So I don't know what that does to that car, but balance wise, because it's not that big to begin with. It's a smart car. That's what he has. And scares me. Okay. Because roads around here right now are icy. And even the highway, interstate, wasn't in great shape. So, and it's like back road around here just to get to the interstate. So, well, why don't I just text him and see if he isn't, make sure he's home. Oh, home. He must be watching. He must be. Hello. So it does wheelies. So bad dog. Yeah, he must be watching. So now we know. So he's just not talking to us. That's what it is. So, folks, what's this? Hi, everyone. So I called dog. He left his camera on after a live show. Oh. I hope you didn't see anything strange. He's going to show up naked. Well, you definitely don't want to see me naked. I've seen me naked, and it's not a pretty sight. So I think I'm going to wrap it up and grab a bite to eat here. So thanks for coming by. It's been a fun day, and it was nice chatting with y'all. Okay, especially nice chatting with y'all. It'd be like Brian on Family Guy when he shaved. Yeah, yes. Yeah, you don't want to see what's under this. Oh, thanks for all coming by. Really, it was a fun day. And remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. And maybe Tuesday. And maybe we'll talk about some political science on Tuesday. Hint, hint. Bye now.